Yena mo ka say your checks kyerɛ sɛ oni Nsawam female prison. Inti yenu aba no ɛhe ɛna wafa. Ɔkɔɛ no obi a ɔkɔdu pool no allegedly ɛwɔ prison hɔ no. Ɔne na akɔyɛ ntɔkwa ana nipa na aboro no. Ama yenu aba no kra n'anim aso. But I think that with Nsawam female crampo there how is more of a home. Because inmate population no adults 100. Pain no they so a psychological. Ebi ne se na Agradaa woni bibia. The videos are all sounds dress kama. Omo ye neji bebre. Na all of a sudden you've been pushed into a space probably enne ana ochina I'm sure say eye nua ba no omo de ne beko na ye nso ye de ani akohu say ampa wa ba bedu.
Abusuan tiye nyina ebe ya was a Thursday and almost sentence say Mami Agradaa 15 years in prison. Na abusuan say breaking news ababeto gane say the hwe Mami Agradaa ewo Nsawam a yehu eye Mami Agradaa ewo Nsawam. Just asem kese e na ababeto e media so. Na ayade say eye crime check officer ababonten e de enchiremu ni nyina aba ye ya Mami Agradaa enkodu eye Nsawam ni nyina no. Omode exposition no any chemu na about but more the answer wo hwe Ghana update video see obe subscribe na do wonsa ahete adoman so ene no first time fansa hete adoman so update for bebe ba also by the first or second person now so every can that particular update tebusan for yin na yin sema twagu ewo Mami Agradaa ho enti bebe na enim se by this time the Mami Agradaa akwakudu Nsawam match so what start in the years no. But according to information, you almost say Mami Agradaa enkodu eye Nsawam. Na yade say crime check officer enso e de chemoni na abanye ti a Mami Agradaa enkodu Nsawam. Be kaya eye Thursday and almost sentence no. Na Friday, night Friday enso a holiday. And a Saturday, Sunday so in so bia enye adwuma. Mo say ni nyina e kan ho bi entina Mami Agradaa enkodu eye Nsawam. Na according to information no, almost say ada say ene Monday yi ana say nyambo ochina Tuesday. And Mami Agradaa ekwakudu eye Nsawam. Rusia kamo na de enko nenkuti nsema che crime check officer edi bituja artist osanso echeche Nsawam rumor Mami Agradaa ebeda any number of people omne Mami Agradaa ebeda eye one particular room na one news be security the other say mo masanso abosa news ni na atro yenko nenkuti ni na embra
Asemo a esi na enso there is another dimension yenu aba Patricia asedwa ni dia ni papi di ni mo ye frɛ no Agradaa yenyina ni masema eto no last week Thursday Accra Circuit Court sentencing to 15 years in prison ayare hosem iye yenua no court ka say the sentence no it comes with hard labor into onko Nsawam female prison na onko share sa akwanto yase yena mo ka say your checks kyerɛ sɛ oni Nsawam female prison inti yenua ba no ehe ena wafa around asabeto no ahomete but two things just as I said in the intro oni Nsawam female prison and secondly we will look at whether sentence na demand and whether it was excessive or outrageous even combine the two adjectives they say it was excessive they say it was outrageous before too much for the crimes she committed advertising charlatanic is the materials or something and are defrauded by false pretenses. Actually, I call a lawyer, George Shaw, na yakwa interpretation as to whether the sentence was too much. But let's come back to you, Rudolph. Yes, sister, no, Uni Nsawam female prison. I'm say we share commentary on social media. It is alleged okoye no, ubia okodu pool no. Allegedly ewo prison hɔ no one na akɔyɛ ntɔkwa ana nipa na aboro no ama yenu aba no kra n'anim aso find that message a bit troubling say mete every Mona one lady one friend is a Mona Gucci also the way you paint a picture no I was wondering say Ubia aka the 6 months. O paint picture perfectly. Na we PA free prison. Na we hu Agradaa. Na Agradaa allegedly a defraud no. Na 6 months pena will be PA no they akoye ntokwa. Yeah. It comes with consequences, and I'm not sure any right thinking person would want to do that. Yeah. Na eme nwanwa kakra. If say na me my checks. Say last week before say be convicting your call crime check and kokon project e person boy. And some female for na unim say prison penny for minimum edin komo. And this is a huge figure coming into the prison. Yes, you're contemplating that we may have to perhaps visit her, obviously. And yeah, chichire ne rekakra. And easy, you know. And I think psychologically, when inmates are being admitted into the prison, your officers are mere mandated. So if you look at the weight of the sentence, officers no bad advice. So now, what to expect whilst coming into the prison. Every video it tells us what you will be taken through. Especially when the sentence is huge. Yeah. And yes, I want to cry na urema wakonom edro ye video ni
crime in itself as a disease. So we try to one, accustom the person to the prison, welcome you to the prison, tell you what you should expect in there, and then we try to guide you. It's like a guidance center. So we guide you, then we counsel you, so that at least you'll be able to cushion whatever you're going to expect in there. Somebody's coming for 30 years. And what do you expect? So we need to let the person go through that customized system, so that the person, when he goes there, he can be well prepared for the journey ahead.
It will have video, it should tell you about the gravity of the psychological torture that you are going to be predisposed to.
Exactly.
Especially when you live in flamboyance, in opulence, you have everything virtually. And then within a twinkle of an eye, you are being pushed into, your friend is saying, a deplorable space. Baby, a time, baby, a homete, you know, a idea, a hard dream. But I think that within some female cramp there is more of a home because inmate population adults 100. And I've visited that facility over 100 times. And say prison who say a prison, you know. But I think that the about prison here, it's not much as we talk about physical problems. Infrastructure, by being how difficult. That is not the only aspect of imprisonment. The real aspects of pain. A lot of scholars are true about. Your scholars be almost true book be titled "The Pains of Imprisonment." Pain, they are so psychological. If you say na Agradaa won't be here. The videos are all sounds dressed come Now, all of a sudden, you've been pushed into a space. Let's forget about say how time. Say home put to say hotel. The confines, the walls, the tall walls. Video here. And na die gugu so. Na we na Agradaa wo de wo. Na ene ye show time ada 4:30. It's a soda area. Wait, oh God. And no, that torture. And no enema imprisonment. Yeah. And you're not
I mean, leaving businesses behind. So about 5 years, we John Hawk prison.
Enema prison. Yeah. Intimate check stress. Uniho. Intersama. We'll say friends.
Monaguchi.
I think that's a figment of her own imagination. And I think we should do better as journalists. The media should do better. Propagating false information, I don't think is right.
Yes,
I don't think it's right.
I look around. Kofi be in prison. So there are rules and regulations binding even the prisoners there and even the officers. It is a officer or in charge of Agradaa, and I say or in charge of the other personnel, you see, or sort Agradaa na. It means the officer no one need to make.
You go to Asama Mona.
Okay.
Agradaa could do prison no. Wakwakoto obi wo ho a oscam no with sikagari. And now apparently the person was also sentenced to prison because obi man is sika so fanya de no di sika ne bre na Agradaa so onye sikagari ma no. And then Nsanka sika ni biom. And then nipa no so che no and then the court and a sentence or no. But according to what we heard allegedly, assessment not ma no so you know. Na ma no ehu Agradaa no say you are the reason why I'm here. Now, according to the crowd, there's some to TikTok app no so. Bo assistant no bo Agradaa no. Wabuna with 2 gold teeth na share no.
But just as I said, my checks indicate say you know about when you sentencing on Thursday. There are a lot of administrative procedures. Court no. Unfortunately, Friday was a holiday.
Yeah.
She couldn't have been taken to prison because administrative procedures no way won't mean for It's a so maybe warrant and you know that kind of thing. It's a bit bureaucratic. And Friday was a holiday. Into probably and now I'm sure say a year bar no almost never call. Na so yadi eni akohu say ampa wababedu. Into for now no I would say all these speculative stories about Obiakwa assaulted in prison, should be dismissed with a vicious wave of the left hand. And we shouldn't entertain such things. Because there's other outlets and so pick it. You know, it paints a different picture about
the prison system.
It paints a picture of lack of security. It paints a picture of another Agradaa in a warlike fashion. It paints a picture of indiscipline in their prisons. But here in some female, one of the disciplined institutions. Missing sorry so more back you know it hardly you know happens. We can confirm I say our sister is not yet
in prison
at the Nsawam female prison. So what can be
it means that they say Agradaa what confirmation which means Agradaa share officially the sentence na say
no
yes until say the coin there now officially what shall I say
absolutely
yes until Nyankrofo Castle wakodru on ya bono ne sade no force.
Now let's look at the sentence it be say excessive, it be say outrageous. There's a lot of commentary on the matter. Young lawyer George Shaw, Menene Kofi or City TV Mra Atai accomplice court a discharge for lack of evidence. Inti watching as to whether the sentence was excessive or not. For young Kuti. Hello, lawyer.
Hello.
Good morning. Eti saying. A lot of people are saying the sentence is excessive. Ibn Mukasa it is outrageous because 15 years for the crimes she committed. Do you think too much?
It's too much. It's too much.
Lawyer, I didn't say too much.
I mean, first of all, she's a first offender.
She's not a first-time offender. I think it's about 2-3 years ago. She was convicted to a fine. So she's not a first-time offender. So with this information, what do you have to say about the conviction?
Friends, the defrauding now. And the sentence is within the range, the acceptable range. Now, I think I don't know what might have gone into it in terms of, because there are things like aggravating factors.
Okay.
When they are sentencing.
Okay.
It's because if they use that tangent, then it will not be excessive because your friend is saying there's something called breach of trust, which the law takes very seriously. For people in responsible positions like pastors, teachers, and which people have their trust in for a whole lot of reasons, and in this case because of faith and religion now.
Okay.
If you have that opportunity and then you abuse it, the court can aggravate the sentence. That is, give you more than what an ordinary person will receive.
So are we talking about discretion in this case? But just a quick one. Mami ready?
Yes, discretion. Well, in a way, discretion, but more or less mandatory, because if you are a breach of trust, me no committee the same offense, na me position of trust, you better me more than you.
Isn't this a bit problematic in the sense, as now we are trying to sort of rate others above others? That is why I'm asking, say, is it a matter? Is it a matter? Is it an issue of discretion? Because it is also believed some judges abuse their power of discretion.
I know it happens all the time because it's a discretionary power all across board. Every day is being different and abused. But as long as you can point factors as to why the discretion has been abused, the law will entertain it, because there are a lot of areas. But in terms of breach of trust, I know a global practice. Say I say Akwala, every day we back to school. Now teacher, I have sex with the child. Most of the time, because of positions of authority, teacher make her through.
Right. Let's look at two things. Let's look at two things. Others think the media may have tried Agradaa even before her conviction. The perception of negativity associated with the things that she does. Oh, mommy, we want to say, mommy, or Jinko Fusika, mommy, way, and some people who are factual, and some people who cannot be established. But the media had long tried her. Do you think that these perceptions may have gone into her sentencing?
Definitely. I would say, because the judge will tell you that he or she is not influenced by outside influences like the press. But I can tell you for a fact, from my own experience of the criminal justice system in Ghana, since I'm here with you, the press, they try in the media. A personal case I made that some years back, which is standing about Major Mahama and then the assemblyman was convicted merely because the jury believed what the press was saying about him, even though the evidence was contrary to it, which I've appealed that. Is coming on that day. And yes, in England, in places like that, England say, which me, yes, to put trial. If you can prove that the person has been tried in the media. Absolutely,
that's fine. Let's look at another angle. Another substantive issue: defrauding by false pretenses. We know, I'm not a lawyer, but we know, spiritual matters, you can't prove them in court. Now, Nana Agradaa has made her intentions clear. Also, a software, she sees beyond, what we see. She sees beyond the cosmos, for want of a better expression. And I will say, obey adobuska spiritually, because our powers obey me. Aye sad and I say what they say ba faketo abejekese whatever it is. She didn't force anyone.
Right.
So so the power of choice, rest with one more or more atiasemono. You can decide to go or not to go. This is completely different from say ubi ekueso in a way. say chinchina, you know, because in Krofokwa, sorry, you know, more can say is it offertory or whatever you call it, or bar for it, because Ubua had the software bekan tachina no jisika. This is purely spiritual or an interconnection between the spiritual and the physical, and no one dictates what one should do. And if you are taxed, you dole out the money. I want you to look at this within the context of what has happened to Agradaa, a pastor.
Except that my carrying now is correct. Except that defrauding by false pretenses, one of the main determining factors is that you state something that you know is false. So my baba wanna say, a friend say, woman say I'm the way better.
Okay.
But me no meaning say me means I didn't make my. And so my what JD. It will depend. It's very, very in the spiritual sense, you know. It's very difficult. In ordinary sense, for us to be, I could actually say, oh, blah blah from Abraham, I meant to blah blah. I know it's easy to convey.
Okay.
But anybody also for not spiritual one. Agradaa, only a good lawyer can fight say, oh no, what she stated that she was going to do, no, she believed in it, and it wasn't a lie.
So you think that the lawyer may not have helped her, and that she could have, your friend is saying, she could have skipped this unfortunate Asema Atuna and Denakwe prison. Was it possible for her to have skipped this if she had a good lawyer?
Yeah, if it had been argued forcefully that she's a friend also, and she really believed, she wasn't lying that when she said she was going, she believed that she can double the money.
Though you and I know that it's difficult to double the money.
Yes, but it's a question of then, as the law says, if you are going by the sheer elements of the law, you see, when someone gives you a fact, when the person know at the time of making that statement that what he or she was saying was false. That is why it becomes different.
Right. Let's look at another issue. My checks at the Nsawam female prison. Agradaa was sentenced on Thursday, last week Thursday. My checks at Nsawam female, as we speak, is that she is not yet in custody at the Nsawam female prison. Could it be, sir? She was sent, just as I said, she was sentenced on Thursday. And there are definitely, when you are sentenced, there are administrative things, certain administrative that ought to be done. Friday was a holiday. Could these be the reasons why she's not yet in custody at the Nsawam female prison?
Yeah, definitely. When you don't want to process it, documents quickly enough. I didn't say Friday or Saturdays will be a judgment. Sundays will be a judgment. It's in there and it's not.
Right. Lawyer, I would want to thank you very much. You are saying for instance, lawyer George Shaw, and Ekasai, George Shaw, a lawyer, Atayi, a case partner, Nancy court establishes a far chrono and normal basabasa see jailing, I think over 20 years or so. Court a jano or no, and I'm also and Atayi accomplice and when you know home atite. Na MC na yakuti explanation or the my